Good afternoon and welcome back. So, I switched to a newer version of the engine. So let's see if everything still works here. So those spawn proof. They spawn. This works. Let's see if the goblins are spawning. Okay, goblins are spawning. That's good. Let's assign them. Let's do the base stuff here. Yeah, here I need to add something to that so that the trees are not that close together. It works here, but I don't think it works for the stones as well. Yeah, they're also clustered. Even though for the stones it's not that much of an issue, for the trees it's a bit more. This thing, sorry. And then build the rock breaker camp over here. And the tool check. Yep. Let's unlock food production. Build the hunter's hut. Can also upgrade this. Well, we have some people around here that produce worship points. Well, so far it looks good. assign house here to be built at some point. Well, once this is done. So that we get a few more people here. Okay, let's do the elemental regrowth. So as soon as we have more people, we can assign a droid to this. And though I still need to check. Yeah, okay, I need to remove the droid from here. So I need to make sure which one of these is actually can support the regrowths. But at the moment we don't need it yet, so that's fine. We also need more unemployed goblins here to produce worship points. Okay, we have the meat pile there. Bring this home, that's good. Let's try to... I need to make the selection here easier. So this guy should be grabbing some food in a moment. They're dropping that, and then they're grabbing some food here. But that's only giving us 50, or removing 50 hunger, so we need something more effective than that. So let's do some other buildings here. So almost at the 100 hunger, which will reduce the happiness a bit more. And they can't find anything, and if it's at 0, then they'll completely stop working. But they should be able to find this over here, so that's fine. Okay, we have enough points to unlock something else here. Let's unlock the tools. Then at some point we want to do this, but at the moment we don't need it. Let's see the trees. Okay. We can assign a droid here. As soon as this is active again, should be able to use that. Let's assign a worker here. And this also doesn't need a droid because the water is infinite. Okay, now the trees here regenerated. Just need to check the... Yeah, I think that's fine. I just need to add something for them to, for the droids. If they do their thing, they need to be really hungry after that. And also we need to have them rest for a specific time. So let's assign a worker here. And let's do another house. And one thing I want to do today is work on this part here. Do a few tweaks to this and then work on this part here. Starting to figure out expansion and imports and all that stuff. Let's do the brewery, which would be between those two buildings. Yeah, the regeneration here is a bit too much. They need to wait longer. But like I said, that's something we need to tweak and figure out. I also need to think about this here. And at the moment, I think we still have enough stone. But for that, we need to make more worship points. Okay, now we do that. That's good. Okay, our builder was grabbing some food. Okay, and here we have the issue now that we don't have enough mushrooms. So we need to assign a droid here. Okay, now we can do the advanced elemental regrowth, which means we can assign a droid here. And grow some rocks. Okay, let's do let's assign some workers here. And then let's build fire shrine. Now we're getting a bit of worship here, but not much. So let's assign a new house. There, so that we get more people to work here. Because we also need 3 people for this building. And then for the next building we also need 3, so we definitely need a few more people here. And we still need 100 worship for the double production here. We should have the better tools. Let me check. You don't have a tool at all. Why don't you have a tool? It says they have a tool, but for some reason we don't see the tool. But did I upgrade that? Yeah, I did upgrade that, so these are metal tools. Yeah, we do have the better tools, so that's working. And now this is done. And we definitely need to lower the production here, otherwise we produce 10 torches and then the wind conditions kick in, which is also something I need to remove. But now we have torch production there. And this area here is completely cleared out. So what's happening here is that we basically only cut down the first tree. It gets regrown completely, and then we are cutting it down again, basically. So that's something I need to change. So I need to change the druid times. Yeah, okay, now it's regrowing. Now they cut down the one behind it. This is completely regrown. As soon as this is working again, they will cut down this tree again. So we need longer times for that stuff. Okay, so this is on cooldown now. So let's build the cookery. Let's build this over here, because we need the raw meat for that. Let's also start another house here. So that we have something to do here. Let me check. Yeah, the next thing we can do is this. This here doesn't do anything yet. But I mean, we can do that. But like I said, doesn't do anything yet. Just uses up points. At the moment. It will unlock another option here for a world map as soon as we build another building. The scouts, or scout tower, or whatever we might call it, and that will let us produce scouts that we can send out to the world. the whole thing will get quite complicated as soon as the whole exploration and expansion thing works for the first phase, basically, which would be first phase is just scout out different areas around and bring back resources. But then after that, we can also build outposts in specific areas, which would kind of make this outpost here stop working. Basically, it's no, it's not really stop. It would not stop working, but we would need to save the complete state of it and make it. Wait. Please don't overproduce torches. Let's assign worker carriers here. But then we don't need the space anymore at some point, because we are establishing an outpost and then we are looking at that outpost. But I'm not quite sure if I want to be able to go back to this or not. So this could be an issue. Yeah, definitely the droid needs to be nerfed a bit, because they're a bit too fast. I mean, we are on 3 speed, but still. They basically replanned everything for the first one, then that's too much. So we are basically only cutting down those 2 trees here as a result, and the rest is ignored. And that's way too fast. But okay, we have stew now, so when someone gets hungry, they will grab that stew. Like this guy here. Come on. Clicking on them is a bit of an issue. We can cut down the speed. Okay, now they're just standing around, so it should be easier. Yeah. Yeah, they just ate some stew and are filled now. Check. Okay, the increased production. Not sure if that's in yet completely. If I have that implemented that yet, because it should double the output here, and on every production building basically. What's the limit here? 20. Okay. Okay, we got almost 100, so let's wait a bit so that we reach 100 or more than 100. And now we can unlock this one. And that should double the production for at least this here. So we are at 11 at the moment, and we should be at 13 for the next time they're working here. So we're getting a shroom now. And we're at 13. Okay, so that worked. Good, okay. And while we're upgrading this this obelisk thing here, also added those stars or crystals. Right. Where was the... No, this was rotating. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that works. Let's stop that. Okay, so everything that I had last time still works, which is good. So let's jump into the resource spawner first and change the radius here a bit, because that's... We have this sphere for the locations. What's happening in it? Okay, so here we are setting a random rotation, so it's fine. So we can do the can basically break this here. But the sphere... yeah, the problem here is that we only have the sphere for our radius. And let me check. I think the... No, I already did make this bigger. check something here. Oh wait, no, this is the tree. Let's see, what is the collision of that tree? Okay, what are the bounds? Yeah, I still need to figure out the way to make this work better. Another thing that's kind of strange is that we are completely ignoring the collision of these models because they're running into the trees, into the rocks to work on them. And I mean, it's correct because they're moving to the point where the rock or the tree is located, but they should not ignore the collision completely. So that's something I need to look into, but that's fine-tuning that we can do later. Let's look at the druid. Not droid, druid. This is our builder. Space. Hunter. Let's get around. Of course, it's the last one that I look at. Okay. Yeah, we also need to add animations and all that stuff, but we also need to make sure that there's some kind of cooldown on the regrowth. So but that needs to be per object. Oh wait, so if we do this per resource object, we can put this into the regrowth directly. So we can check if the regrowth cooldown is down. So every time we here we are starting a timer for the regrowth, and let's do another timer, and then at a gate here so that we are entering this. This starts closed. And then we are going to this. then we want to have another timer here. Let's say a minute. And create an event. Open the gate. And once all this is done here, we want to close the gate. We want this to start opened. So the first time we go in here, this is going through. Then it opens the gate, and now it closes the gate. The end. Next time we want to do something here, nothing happens. And check that out. And then this will fire after 60 seconds of the first regrows. It will fire, open the gate. That should give us a minute between these regrowth events. We can also go in here and change the timer. Let's make this a variable. Promote that to a variable. This is our regrowth cooldown time. Okay, and we don't need to save this as a handle and destroy that. Let me see if these. Yeah, only if it's active, then we want this. Otherwise, this can be called again, so that's fine. So that should be that one. And then we can change this here on the resources directly, even though we can also control this from the spawner. So if you want to have different timers on these, we can change them here. I need to take a short break. Be right back.
Okay, I'm back. So, let's compile this. I forgot that. Yeah, let's expose that variable spawn so that we can change those. I mean, okay, I can change it here, but I can't change it on the spawner. Oh no, here it is. Now we have it. Just need to open this up. Compile it. Yeah, now we should be able to do this. So let's move this down a bit. Okay, now we can see, so this is okay. For the stone, let's double that. Oh, no, let's make this even longer. So that's do that. Yeah, that's 6 minutes. And let's do let's do 5 minutes here. Should be long enough, or not too long as well, for these. So that's should be okay. Then this is our radius here. Origin and radius for the spawner. Not. Yeah, we don't have more control basically over this node here. So that it's not giving us a location that is already occupied, basically. I mean, we could check to see if that location would overlap with something. But I think for the moment that's fine. That's a fine-tuned thing that we can do later. Let's remove these, we don't need them. Let's remove all this stuff. Over here a bit. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, at the moment we are not getting any costs here, so let's jump in here. And we are doing call regrows on these. Okay. Let's see this one. So we do have the actor here. We have that. We want to call regrows. That's correct. But we also want to have costs for this. So what we need to do here is we need to get the let's go to the resource spawner. Let's add a function. Get inactive resource actors. And this is basically the same as this one here. And now we don't want the actors, we want a number of actors. So get number of inactive resource actors. And then we want an integer here. It's a local variable. It's not the index, but I just need it. Let's quickly here. Let's call this Local number actors. Start this at 0. And increment it for every actor that we find here. And then at the end, return this. As our number of actors. And then here, not calling that, but this is supposed to be pure. The call regrowth we do after that. Because here we are doing a for loop. This is not the body. This is what's happening once this is completed. And we want to add one to this. No, not add one. The number of... Yeah, let's just plug that in as our last index. And in here we want our control pawn. No, let's cast that first. Then promote that to variable. just call this Goblin. Then we want this. And then increasing hunger. So for each tree that we need to regrow, basically we are increasing our hunger here. Then we are calling regrows on that. Yeah, ideally we would have a kind of a callback here that would set, okay, did that work? Did we regrow anything? But we don't have anything for that in here. I mean, we could move the gate here and then do this differently. But we don't have anything on the gate that tells us, hey, okay, this is doing stuff now. We only have the exit here. So I'm not 100% sure if the gate is the proper thing to use here. I might need to redesign this at some point if I notice it's not really what I wanted there. And we also need to add animations to this. So. Now that I think I can do, let me check. the resource. Yeah, we can do this. So I need to figure out what's the best thing that we can do there. What do we have here for animation stuff? So we have sit, gather wood, deliver resources, gather on ground, craft, and is eating. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I need to add something to this and then assign an animation to it, but not now. Let's see, this one here. Save. Okay, let's jump to the... Let's just get to that point and see if everything works. It's good to take a moment, but I mean, March is over for some time, but yeah, it's summer. That's true. But yeah, the weather felt a bit strange. So now, at least here, it is really starting to be summer. Yes, I'm in Germany. And in Germany, April is the month that doesn't know what it wants to be. So it wants to be cold, or it wants to be summer, or whatever it wants to be. So we had a long April here, basically. So let's push this so that we get worship points. Let's also give us a bit of food. Should also have done something like that for worship points so that we can get to them faster, but it's okay. So now we need 50 points.
Let's do the tool check here. What do you mean by asset? If I bought something for that? No, I made them on my own. And they're not 100%ly working because, I mean, they are working, but they're not really working with the idea of the game anymore, so I might remove them. It's more of a sandboxy game. And they are not making that much sense anymore in that regard. But the asset, the objectives are just a checkbox basically with some graphics from a pack that I bought, and then on different parts of the code it says, okay, that objective is done now and stuff like that. I need to move that into a proper component at some point, but for the moment it's fine. Yeah. So it's not nicely programmed. I can show that to you in a moment, but I just want to check something here once we reach 50 points there. Let's just help this with house. Yeah. If you need it or not, if you're curious, I can show you how I did that. Now I just want to test something else first. I really need to add cheats in so that I can have more worship points. So that we don't need to wait for them. But it also helps that we get the worship points normally in the game so that we can see how much they cut down the trees and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's also push them a bit further. So they're constantly cutting down trees. Never really needed that high, but this way they cut down every tree they can find. Okay, now we're at 60 points, so we should be able to do this. And then we can assign a droid. We do have tools, yeah. I just need to catch that droid. Okay, so his hunger is at 11, so he regrow 11 trees. Okay, so this is going up every time he goes here. Which is good, because he's doing something. Check. Okay, we do have a small tree here that they are cutting down first. Okay, so the old one is there and it could regrow at some point, but it's not happening yet because it's on cooldown. Okay, so this one regrew. Okay, I need to do this in a slightly different way to make sure that they are only regrowing after a specific time. Even though, no, that worked, because now they are not regrowing here. Okay, that is strange. So not all of them are regrowing at the same time. These are just stuck in that state. Yeah, I need to do this in a completely different way because I'm relying on a gate, which is not really working. Dismiss those. This is me spawning in objects massively, which we shouldn't do. Okay, so that's not how to do that. Okay, let me show you the at least part of that. Here, if I'm doing the finish construction, I'm adding the finished building reference, which is spelled wrong. I'm adding that to my total building list, and then I'm clearing out the grass in that area. And then I'm checking, hey, is this a woodcutter? Then I'm telling my goal component to set that goal here and tell my hut to show the goals. And this here is an array of goal data. So if I'm opening this up, we have a name, we have a tier, we have a value, and we have a text for each goal. And I'm setting this for the specific key. And have a list of this. And here I'm checking, hey, what is that specific goal for that key? Here. And then I find that, then I'm getting the value, I'm getting the index, and I'm breaking out of the loop. Looping through the whole list here, or array. I have a data table with all my goals. And if I open that up, this is this here. This is the goal name, the tier value starts at false for all of them, and a text that is shown in the hut. So if I jump to the hut, I have this thing here, which is basically just a vertical box, and I'm loading in all the goals for that with specific goal item, which is the checkbox and the text. And it's updating automatically if I have one of them finished or not. And so at the beginning of the game, when we initialize this, construct show goal items. Here we are getting the controller reference, we are getting the goal component, and we are getting the goal list. And for each of them, we are adding one of those goal items with the value and the text, and adding that into the goal item holder here, and fill that out. And every time the goal updates, it checks is the value changed, and then change the style of the checkbox. So it sets the checkbox to checked, basically. I can't use the checkboxes directly, and click on them or something like that. It's just visualization. And that was the easiest visualization that I could find. Just use a checkbox. Yeah, and this here is my goal component, which I have on the camera controller, which is my game controller basically. And yeah, this is how I'm setting them. And once this is set, it should also update. I know that just the item changes, and because it's a reference, it updates the HUD value. There might be better implementations for stuff like that. One thing that I don't like about it is the fact that, I mean, here it's in one spot. I can set the goals here without problem, and I can also assign other goals. Let me check. Where's another one? Spawn workers. Oh, no. So it's not here directly, but if I go in here, not quite sure if it's in here. No. Just in the HUD directly. Oh, it's here. So if I'm assigning a worker, I'm calling this function here, which is basically checking, do we have a builder, do we have carriers, and do we have 20 assigned workers? I mean, if it's 1 to 3 objectives, then it's simple, I think. You can just, if you have some overarching data structure, then you can just send a message to that and say, okay, objective mission 1, objective 2 is done, something like that, and then have it there, and then just for the UI, you can just have a list or an array of objectives.
So basically create your own kind of mission component or something like that. Yeah, data tables are useful if you want to put in text like that, or if you want to export that out, import it back in as an Excel sheet or something like that, so that you can control it that way, or you can just change it here, but because you can't change data in a data table from Blueprint, you can do that with C++, but it's also kind of a hassle. It's just something where you can set your base structure from, basically. List of items, list of buildings, list of objectives, something like this. That's no issue. Or list of names. For instance, this here is a list of names for my goblins. So they check, okay, is it a male goblin? If it's not a male, then takes names up to here. If it's a male goblin, it starts to take names from these. Kind of like that. No, the list is the table here is something that I'm writing directly. It's nothing that you generate dynamically on the fly. Something that you design before. And if you have dynamic objectives like that, the data table won't help you much. You need to figure out something else, but you can dynamically change the array of a specific data type that you can create. So basically, if in your game you have a collapsed mine and you need iron from that mine, but you haven't cleared out the entrance yet, you get the objective clear out the entrance, and then you need to assign workers to that, clear out that entrance. Once that is done, you can assign workers to the mine or something like that. But you need to have some kind of data structure that saves this. And for my case, it's I have this goal data here. The name, the tier is not that important. It has a value, which is just a bool, and the text, which is what is shown in the UI. And from this, you can build an array dynamically if you need it. But the data table is a bit more static. You create it before, and then you plan for specific things that will happen in your game, and then you get those. And I'm using data tables for different things. For instance, here I have a building data table, which is all my buildings that I can build in the game. We have the woodcutter, stonecutter, tool check, all these buildings here. And each of them have specific things like costs, specific name for the UI, using a specific mesh, and stuff like that. Have a specific ID, use a specific class for the actor in the game, and stuff like that. And this is something that I can't do from the outside because it's using these references to classes here. I still need to remove the barracks because we don't need them anymore. I think I will just change the ID here. Let's delete that row, and then let's change the ID for the kitchen. Damn it. Okay. So let's jump into the hut, because now I changed an ID here. And here, if I want to build the kitchen, I need to change the ID here as well. And the rest should be fine. Hopefully. Okay, let's see. Let me check something real quick. Be right back. Okay, thought as much. 28 degrees. That's warm. Too warm for my taste. So, I want to, what's this here? Forgot to close that at some point. Check this out. Okay. I want to add in exploration scouts and stuff like that. So let's add a building here.
Display mesh and all that stuff doesn't matter at the moment. Building name is the Scout. Let's call it Scout Tower and then have it look like a tower. We have that. Construction proxy would be our standard construction proxy. We need to create an actor for that. And also figure out display mesh. I also need to check if I have building costs for that. Let me see. Not on my paper notes. Let me check if I have something on my other notes here. No, not yet. Okay. Yeah, I think I will just remove the fighting pits here because we are not doing them. So let's do the construction costs. So let's say 20 wood. Stone and let's do let's do 8 torches. So it will be kind of, it should look at some point like a tower with torches at the top of the tower and torches at the foot of the tower. That's why we need 8 of them. But I need to create that mesh. So then we need to create the class here, so let's save this. Let's go to our buildings. This is it is a production building because we have workers on it. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I want to have 1 or 2 buildings for this. Basically, it's the last building that you built for your colony, for your small town here. and then we need to figure out what we want to do with what resources we basically need for the for recruiting scouts and sending out scouts. So something I need to figure out, because at the moment we don't really need much apart from a tool to recruit specialized workers. But for the scouts, it might be different. Or maybe the research could be different. So let's see. So the research menu. I need to search for something because this bugs me. But I need to check for textures. And I need an arrow. Problem is I have a lot of textures in here already. So don't think I have anything that we can use for that. Basically what I want is I want an arrow to go between those different types of research so that you can see, okay, that depends on this one depends on that one, and so on. So it would be easiest to do here, but then I need to have something to go over here. So you need to have this to unlock that. You need to have this to unlock any of these, and then always the one above is needed for the one below. And don't really have the graphics for that on hand here, which is slightly annoying. I mean, it could play around with one of these. So if I go to the no, it wasn't the one. This one here. I mean, okay, these are nice, but the problem is they're going in both directions. Nope. Yeah, those are craft resources. I mean, I could add numbers in front of them, but that's also kind of not what I want to do with that. So, wait. Let's try this one. Let's add image. Let us add row 2, column 2. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, it's okay, but it's not good here because we have it doesn't take that into account, that we have a line break in there. Just a bit annoying. We could split that text, duplicate the text. No, it doesn't do that. And the problem is if we do size to content, then it's completely breaking everything here. Yeah, no, this doesn't get bigger. Okay, so there's the verdict box there. Then there's this. Let's change this to stretch. And now this is too big again. Ah, damn it. So I'm not 100% sure if this is... this is percentage or not. Because if it's percentage, then all these numbers here don't work like that. But okay, we can set this between here, so just duplicate that a few times. That would be in row 4. In row 6. So that would be column 0. Duplicate and column 4. Okay, that's slightly better, but still not 100% happy with that. I think I might need to add in specific graphics for that. Or maybe, let's see, do we have... We have this. Let's check something here. No, that doesn't look good. No. I mean, that's already a bit better than before. Let's do the offsets here a bit higher. Yeah, I think that might be okay. don't like that. These need to be smaller as well, so... So this is 32, so let's make all these. $32 as well. And then also have it centered. There's a padding of 5. Still not quite what I have in mind for that. Yeah, looks slightly better, but oh wait, the border has 10 padding, and this has 10 in padding.
Yeah, I need to have something else here. This doesn't work. I need to add something to that. Okay, let's add the border to all of them. So that we have this. Same for all of them. Let's paste that there. Okay. Now it looks slightly better, but still not quite good because this here is a bit strange. But I think it's still visible what it means basically. So you need this to get this, and this, and you need this for this. Yeah, it would be better with other graphics, but I don't have them. I could create them painfully, but I'm not really good at graphics. 2D stuff, not really my thing. Yeah, the cursor here we are using for this already, so let's see, is there any... Oh, there are these things here. Just see if that might be better, but I'm not sure. Nah. If I set this to square, let's see. No, these are better for that. Let's try something here. No, I'm quite sure that will not look good. Whoa, they are really big. So let's have a look at that. Nah, it doesn't look good. I thought I had something else for that. Oh no, I think it's a different pack. Let me check that real quick. There's another. 2D assets. I think it's this one here. Oh. Okay, so this is... Yeah, the issue with this one is that it's not really giving us the textures separately, but there's also nothing in here that we can use. So let's delete that again. I think for the moment this is fine. I don't think I have anything better. Wait,
These here, maybe. Let's try that one. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's try this one. Another idea would be to have them invisible, and then they get visible when we unlock stuff, which would make it more would make more sense that they are there, so that we can see, okay, this depends on that and stuff like that. So We can also add something here, so it goes there, kind of. Let's see if we can do that. So let's add an image, duplicate that, and put that in row 1. No, that should be in row 3 and column 1. Then it needs to go to the left. I don't think I can rotate these, so we need something different for that. Yeah, but then I would need. Yeah, no, this doesn't look good. Let's try this one. But this kind of looks like another button or something like that, so it's I'm not happy with that. Oh, we can angle them, so that works. No. Undo. We can angle these, so okay, I can use the. So let's use this one. And then do 90. Yeah. So it goes down this direction, then here. This should be at column 3. Oh, minus 90. Yeah, okay, so this goes down, left, right. Then see if I can find anything that has kind of a corner here. I think I saw something like that in the in that UI package. On the frames here. Customize. Yeah, here we have corners. So that would be column 4. No, that doesn't look good. No. Yeah. Damn it. No, this is these things. I have another idea. Let's see, do I have something for that? Customize. No, it doesn't look like it. No, the only round things that we have are these here. I was thinking maybe having a round corner there, but all of these come with that, so that's not really good. Yeah, and here we don't have parts of circles. Oh, this is doubled. Okay. Yeah, let's keep it at that. Doesn't matter that much. The message is here. This is also okay there. We don't need this to be that big. Should be fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. Okay, let's do the other thing that I wanted to do. So if we open up the expansion, then we are opening, then we can build the scouts. And once the scouts are built, it opens up the world map. So I need to figure out how to do the world map. Let me think. So that would be a widget. World map. Okay, I do want to have a border. And that is our standard border brush. Okay, then inside of that, I do want a scroll view. Wait, no, I also want kind of a menu up here for some information. So what do we need on that? We need the let's just add some texts in here. So we need the number of scouts. We need let's just wrap this in a horizontal box for the moment. So, number of scouts. We need our resources. We need sure if we need that, but let's add a base level here. No, we don't need the base level on this because but we need a back button. We need menu button. And we need a research button so that we can open up the research menu from here. So that's the information that we need displayed somehow here. So then we want to wrap that in a vertical box. And add a scroll box to that. And the scroll box is the world map. So let's have this here. Padding of 10. Okay, for the resources, I'm not sure if I need the resources that we have in our base, or if we need the resources that we have that we get through the world map. That would be two different kinds. So maybe it could be 2 rows below each other. So top is what we have in our base. Below that is what we get in through imports or something like that. But sadly I do need to take a longer break, so I will stop the stream for the moment, and we'll be back in an hour, maybe a bit more, because I need to do a few things that I completely forgot. So I need to stop here, and I'll be back later. So there will be a part 2 of this stream later. So sorry about that.